Hi everyone, good morning. It is 6 o'clock in the morning and the kids are still sleeping. So while they're sleeping, I want to share my experience on bringing Amelia to Kaiser for her vaccine shots. And, Amelia is 15 months right now. She was supposed to go into Kaiser around 12 months for her 1-year-old, 12-month-old vaccine shots, and she didn't. Part of the reason was because we were changing our insurance policy, but at the same time, I was hesitating about going in because of this whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing. I was a little bit scared that we might get infected with the virus with so many sick people going into the hospital. But we waited and waited, and last week, Wednesday, when I called in our pediatrician to consult about her vaccine shots, she said there are some precautions that they're taking. So she explained to me about a lot of precautions that they took. Like, for example, they only take baby vaccine appointments in the morning. So we will only go when everybody is, going for their vaccine shots and not the people who are sick. And then at the same time, we're also doing only virtual appointments for the people who are sick, possibly with the COVID-19 virus. And then they told me that, there's still going to be walk-ins for like people who go get their medications, people who does their lab work, but it's going to be on the first floor only. And the second floor, it's where the appointments are. There's different areas, and they're going to try to call us when they have a room so we don't have to stay where people are. And then, so when I went in, they had people checking your temperature at the door, and they asked, if you have any symptoms, and then obviously you need to keep a social distance when you check in, and when you, I say when I checked in, there weren't a lot of people, but it was mostly mama with their babies because only one parent to go, and mostly were mamas. Of course, if you can only pick one, usually the mom would go. And then they also asked us to wear a face mask. Everybody had to wear a face mask and bring a blanket so you can cover up your baby. But Amelia is 15 months old, so she is not gonna like being covered up with a blanket. She's not gonna see. She's at the age where she wants to explore, touch everything, and see everything. So instead of bringing a blanket, what I did was I didn't have the stroller rain cover. I didn't buy one because in California, it rarely rains and we don't go out when it rains. So I didn't have enough time to order for one. So what I did was I bought Daiso, the vacuum bag where you store your blankets, the large one. And then I kind of broke a little apart and then to cover up with my stroller. So it was see-through. She can see the things that's going on around her world, but no one can touch her and she can't touch anyone. The only time that I lifted up was when we enter the building, when they wanted to take a temperature of her, and then also when we go into the doctor office and they want to take a temperature and see what temperature she was. And then, she's under the age of 2, so it's not recommended to wear a face mask. And even if I tried, she would just rip it off. She doesn't really like face masks. She's at the age is like, what is this? Let me take it off. And then, so the only time that I took off that plastic covering was when we enter into the doctor's office, and our pediatrician also wore a face mask, so everyone was wearing a face mask except babies. So she did the checkup, everything went well. She did the vaccine shots. She was due for a blood test for the I think there's one blood test between age 1 to 2. You're supposed to draw some blood out and test if your baby has iron deficiency or not. But I didn't do it at that appointment just because she has 6 shots total, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to give her a blood test after that. But anyways, everything felt pretty safe because you know, the hospital's really doing a lot of precautions with you know, appointments, especially when it comes to baby appointments. Now Jaden is at the age of 3, and they told me that the kids who doesn't need vaccines, they're not going to schedule for them to come in. It's only the age 2 or under, or the kids who needs vaccine, which Jaden doesn't need a vaccine until age 4, so he didn't have to go in. But with Amelia, we went in and I felt everything was safe. Now, the Kaiser that I went to was a clinic type of Kaiser. We have a hospital type and a clinic type. I chose the clinic type just because there will be less people and you don't have to go in with a bunch of people who are going for the lab work, the x-rays. The clinic type only had a small section where they do medication pickup, and then they do a little bit blood type, a blood test lab work, but they don't do a lot of service at the clinic type, which was perfect for me because I didn't want to go where the people are. So if you are taking a baby in for your vaccine shots at this time, you know, don't worry. Call your doctor. Talk to them about the precautions that they're taking. Talk to them about like who's gonna be there. Are you guys just limiting to baby appointments with vaccines? And make sure if you have enough time, order a rain cover for your stroller. I just don't feel the blanket is safe enough. And you know, if you don't have enough time, do it like me. Buy a really large see-through plastic cover for your stroller, and you know, your baby can still see and you can still play with your baby. And you know, I actually pushed into the hospital. People were like, that's a good idea. I'll show you a picture at the very end of this video what it looked like. Don't forget to call your pediatrician or doctor if you need to go in. Try to do virtual appointments unless you have to go in, because this is not a safe time to go to the hospital. This is not a safe time to go to where people are. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.